Are you a leader or are you a good leader? In any area of our life, we are leaders of something. Maybe in your company, you might be a leader, or maybe you are not. But in your area, your family, your work, we are all leaders one way or the other. But what I want to stress right here is in your job, what type of leader are you? At your church, what type of leader are you? And if you are not a leader, you want to become a supporter that will become a leader in the future. Because let me tell you, a good leader have supporters, not just followers, because supporters are actively engaged, committed, and they are invested in the leader's vision. They understand what is going on. Whereas the followers may simply comply without any passion or any initiative. Let me share with you some crucial points about the difference between supporters and followers. Number one, supporters bring enthusiasm to the initiative. And I'm not talking about screaming loud, and I'm not talking about being energized like I am. I am talking about when a follower may simply just go along with what the leader said, it does not contribute to ideas, it just take what it is told, what they are told, and then they just do it. No ownership. And if something goes wrong, they did not do it. They just did what they were told. That is a follower. A supporter is one that understands the leader's vision. The supporter, the leader proposes a new business strategy. But the supporter believes in it and go champions that strategy. The supporter take action because the supporter believe in the leader's vision, not like the follower or just a simple employee that just says, okay, I am just going to do what you tell me to do. That is just a simple employee with a follower's mindset. Number two, supporters strengthen trust and loyalty. Supporters believe in the leader's mission and defend it during challenging times, especially when you are in a meeting and someone is talking against the vision. As a supporter, you have the reasons why you believe this vision is going to work. You just don't stand in the background like a follower and get totally destroyed because someone's opinion is against the leader's opinion and thus destroy the leader in the room. Let me give you an example. In a crisis, right? A supporter stand by the leader, whereas the follower will just abandon ship as quickly as possible. Have you ever found yourself in that kind of situation? Yes, I have found myself in that kind of situation, and I have seen some of my coworkers just rip our leader, or either just stay quiet. But as you guys can tell, I'm pretty voicey myself, and if I do believe in my leader, I am going to speak of the reasons why the leader is taking this route and why is it that I believe in that leader. I was at IBM many years ago, and I remember I was supporting the VP of operations. And when I was supporting the VP of operations, I heard many people did not like it. Many people was like, not too happy with the route that he was going. However, I had conversations with him. I understood his vision. I knew where he was going with this. And all I did was try to explain it to everybody, try to get them to understand in their terms, try to connect their skills, their vision of what is it that they wanted with his vision. Once I was able to do that, they started understanding where he was going with it. And now they also became supporters. So as a supporter, you can create more supporters, which make you a leader. So what happened is that now he started to have more supporters, not just enemy and people fighting against him. He started to have loyal supporters. And it's not because of something I did that was extremely special. It was because I understood his vision and I was able to make it clearer for others. So you as a supporter have a very important role if you understand what is going on, if you understand your vision, the vision of your leader. So you have to have the ability to ask questions. You have to have the ability to try to understand, not because you want to contradict the leader or because you want to fight them or because you want to give them additional advice. Simply ask questions to be able to understand, so that when tough time comes, so that when people come against the vision, you have a reason and an explanation of why you do what you do. Let me repeat that again, of why you are doing what you are doing, not just following blindly. Number 3, supporters create a culture of collaboration. Followers wait for directions. And let me tell you, yes, they wait for direction. I was recently working with someone, and that person, as soon as we started at the company, that person said, "Oh, I don't have what to do. No one have told me what to do. So therefore, I'm going to wait until they tell me what to do." Well, I did some analysis of what is it that needed to be done. And then I make some, I documented everything. I started my plan of action of what is it that I wanted to do within the next 3 months. And then I shared that with my leader. My leader said, "Great, this is awesome." My leader took my document and said, "Everybody, we are going to follow this plan." It was the plan that I created. And the person that just sat there got upset because they followed my strategy. Sometimes you have to be able to collaborate. You just don't sit around and wait for something to happen. Innovation happens because people are collaborating. Let me give you an example. Steve Jobs had supporters like Johnny Ive, who debated and refined his vision, leading to groundbreaking innovation. Do you understand what I said? Johnny debated and refined the vision. That is what is needed. You have to be able to help your leader. You have to be able to challenge them, not in a way of confrontation, but in a way to help them, think about how they're going to implement this strategy, to help them be able to understand, hey, maybe you're on the right path. Maybe you should just tweak this. Maybe this is another option. Let's go to the left and then we go to the right. So you want to have that conversation, and that's what good leaders do. They have conversation. They listen to people, and those people that they are listening to are supporters, because leaders understand the difference between supporters and followers. And a lot of people at companies, they complain because they say, "I am not moving up in the company. The company, I've been here for many years and I am not moving up." You are not moving up because you are a follower. You are not a supporter. And when you are a supporter, the company is going to focus on what you are doing, what kind of impact you are making, and how are you creating a culture of collaboration. Number 4, supporters inspire others. I gave you some examples of how supporters inspire others. But let me tell you, apart from, having charisma and an awesome personality like I do, supporters have passion. That is what they have. Their passion is contagious. They don't have to be loud, and they don't have to be charismatic, and they don't have to be crazy. But supporters have passion that is contagious, turning passive followers, or just simple followers, into active contributors. So, are you a supporter or are you a follower? And if you are a follower, what is it going to take for you to become a supporter? And if you are a supporter, what is it going to take for you to become a good leader, not just a leader? Let me give you an example. A political leader, most vocal supporters can mobilize the entire community. Let me repeat. A political leader will mobilize an entire community because they have a good supporter. A supporter that is vocal, a supporter that believes in the vision. Just like Martin Luther King have, just like many presidents have, and I'm not going to mention by names because I'm not connected to any particular party, and this is not politics, but I am just saying they are where they are, or they made it where they are because they have good supporters. And finally, number 5, supporters hold leaders accountable. Accountability in any industry is important. True supporters provide honest feedback, ensuring that leaders stay aligned with their shared value of their vision. Example, a CEO in a circle may push back. Yes, they may push back, and they may push back on those decisions, while mere followers stay silent and complain in the background. You heard what I said? A CEO, president of a company, CFO, or whatever director that you have, their surroundings, the people that they have around them, the people that they are leading, only the true supporters will push back. If they understand the vision, they are going to try to get them to understand what is going on. If they're going to the wrong direction, or they know something that their leader doesn't know, they are going to tell them, even if it's uncomfortable. But they're going to say it in a respectful manner. While the supporter might just give attitude, might think that, oh, I got an upper hand, and they're going to speak in a way that is disrespectful. That is the follower, not the supporter. The follower is going to do something like that. And then the follower is going to remain silent. So make sure that you understand when you're in a meeting that you are a supporter or you are a follower. My final thoughts. A leader with only followers risks creating a passive, dependent group. However, a leader who has supporters create a movement. They just don't obey. They believe, they challenge, and they elevate the leader's impact. I repeat, they just don't obey. They believe, they challenge, and elevate the leader's impact. So make sure that if you are a leader, you are building supporters. And if you are a supporters, you are getting ready to become a good leader, not just a leader. And if you are a follower, perhaps you need to pay attention again to everything that I shared in this presentation so that you can become a supporter. Anyway, let me know. Are you a supporter, follower, or a good leader? Leave a comment below. And if you like this message, give it a like, share, and subscribe. God bless you, and don't forget to pray.